This is Friday Night Fast Break Tournament Edition. Brought to you by Dorsey Furniture and Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer.
If you were looking for high school basketball tournament action, you've turned your dial to the right station. Welcome into a Saturday night presentation of Fast Break Tournament Edition presented by Coastal Auto Parts and Dorsey Furniture. If you're new to the program and this is your home for all the tournament coverage from now until state championships in 2 weekends for all of our friends at home, welcome back. I'm Jack Webb. That's Doug Banks. Max Sturm is standing by down in Augusta with highlights from the Civic Center. Doug, let's make him wait for a second, though. We're in the full swing of tournament time here, huh?
Oh, we are. It's beautiful when you get to just sit down and watch a bunch of teams that you might not even seen all year. It's a great time of the year.
Especially some of these Class D schools that are coming down to Bangor. But
yeah.
I guess we've got a great slate of games. We might as well get to Max, right? We made him wait long enough already.
Of course.
We'll dive into the Class A North bracket, though. Doug, what do we got here?
Well, we got Camden Hills going into tonight. Camden Hills at 1, Skowhegan at 8. In the middle, we got Lewiston and Bangor, 4 and 5. Good matchup there. Then Brunswick, Mount Blue, 3 and 6. And then 2, Edward Little, 7, Hamden Academy.
Let's hit 95 South and go down to Augusta to check in with Max, who had all those games tonight. Max, how's everything going down there?
It's great, Jack. Doug, thanks for making me wait even longer. I've been just waiting. Anyway, deja vu up here in Augusta. Same time, same place, but still not on the desk with you guys. And we had a new slate of games this time. The Class A boys went to work, so I'm not going to make you wait any longer. Let's get to it. Starting up first with the Class A boys slate, the number 3 Brunswick Dragons take on the number 6 Mount Blue Cougars. Let's pick up in the second quarter where Johnny Porter finds Rylan Lay in tight space, and he does the rest, adding to a big lead in the first quarter. Possession or two later, Brennan Shaw has the takeaway, and he's going all the way. He misses, but look out, Porter flies in and lays it back in, talks some smack, and gets a tech, but he gets the points. Another Dragons possession and a 3 flies, or is it a pass as Jackson Tibble is able to pick it up and put it back in. Cougars do find some rhythm in the second, though, and Riley Hall lets it fly in the corner, and it is good. The Dragons were the kings of the putback. Another missed shot falls to Gabriel Pruno Amina, who spots up and nails the mid-range. And then early in the second half, Lay is on an island in the corner. Of course he's going to take it, and of course he hits, and the Dragons win 66-37. Moving on next to the number 2 Edward Little Eddies facing off against the number 7 Hamden Academy Broncos. Early in the first, Cedric Makalele possesses, and the Broncos leave him space. He doesn't mess around with that, and he fires that three-pointer and makes him pay. The 3 ball could not be stopped in the first quarter for the Eddies. This time, it comes from the hands of Cole Maywin, who hit 3 triples in the first alone. And then later in the first, the Broncos get the deep ball going. Miles Shane gets that rolling when he launches from the corner and knocks it down. After being down more than 10 in the first, Broncos close within 5. This triple from Mason Studley, and we go into the half with a close game. Closing second to the third, though, tight game. Sawyer Worcester pulls up from deep and drills it. Then it all comes down to this. Fourth quarter, Makalele drives, little reverse action, and it goes down. And then Maywin, who had 26 total points in the game, closes out with 2 of his own. Eddies win 60-48.
It was fundamentals, I practice those shots, I work on those shots all the time, I was doing it before this morning, it was natural for me, and, it felt like nothing new.
Our third game was between the number 4 Bangor Rams matching up with the number 5 Lewiston Blue Devils. In the first quarter, it was a battle, and Lewiston's Joa Samba drives to the net and lays it up and in 4-2. And then Bangor goes big. Looking in the corner, it's Alex Tennant. He fires, and he splashes the triple. Bangor goes out in front. Lewiston stays in reach. Grayson Bernard drives himself, and he's able to get the 2-pointer to fall. Bangor was loving the corner. This time they hit Liam Vigu on the far corner, and he was lights out. Of course he knocks it down, and the Rams start to pull ahead. Folks, you're not seeing a replay right now. They go right back to Vigu moments later before the half, and he's got it again. What a performance from him. Second half, Lewiston climbs back in and ties it with this layup from Bernard. but Bangor had it going in the fourth, and this three-pointer from Dax Guilford seals the deal as the Rams advance with a 54-43 win.
We just made shots. We played together. Our teammates, we found each other. We got good shots. We knocked them down when we needed to.
Lastly, it's number 1 Camden taking on number 8 Skowhegan. The first quarter was actually very highly contested thanks to the play of Skowhegan's Jack Fitzpatrick. What a move to the net he has right there. Kiefer Healy takes advantage of a Riverhawks mishap and gets a nice, easy two-pointer of his own. The game remains within 5 points due to great defense. Then potential Gatorade Player of the Year, Nolan Ames, takes over. He gets the pass, takes it up top, and does what he does best. Three-pointer is up, and it is good. A nice response from the Riverhawks and Evan Kimball, and answers back with a triple of his own to keep it close in the first. But Ames is back on the attack. This time, he gathers. Then he shimmies a defender for some space, and again, no question, the three is good. He can score inside too. This time he takes it under the net, flies through the air, and hits the reverse layup. Camden will move on with a 69-44 win.
When you're in the tournament, it's life or death, and we lived by that. We just wanted to win. Didn't matter by how much we wanted to win. We wanted to blow them out, of course, but we knew we just needed energy to win that game.
That Hamden and Edward Little game was tightly contested. It was a 2-seed versus a 7-seed, and Hamden played them all the way to the end of this game. The score might look like Edward Little had an advantage, but they kept it real close. The foul shots are what messed them up at the end of that game. And then Camden Hills, a very surprising game as well. That first quarter, it was tied going into the second quarter, but after the halftime period, Camden and Nolan Ames took over, and you know the rest. Guys, I'm going to pass it back to you because I'm tired. I want to get home, and I want to go enjoy a Sunday or try to enjoy a Sunday without football.
Hey, thanks, Max. Drive safe. Max, just keep getting better and better like we talked about yesterday. Before we take a break, let's take a look at that updated Class A boys bracket now. As you saw in those highlights, we're going chalk, Doug. It's going to be number 1 Camden Hills taking on number 4 Bangor after both those teams got tested in the first half, especially in the second half for Bangor.
Yeah.
And then number 3 Brunswick is going to be taking on number 2 Edward Little down there at the bottom of the bracket.
That'll be interesting to see how that Camden Hills Bangor game goes. Those are two really competitive teams and two really talented teams as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
How about Bangor? We did a story on them earlier this week. It's a senior class's first time playing in a Bangor cross game, playing down in Augusta. It's really their first time getting a true tournament experience. How cool is that? They're moving on to the next round.
It's going to be great to watch.
Absolutely. Certainly will be. After the break, the Cross Insurance Center hosted 8 games across multiple classes on Saturday. We've got them all for you. Don't touch the remote. Welcome back into the second Fast Break Tournament Edition presented by Coastal Auto Parts and Dorsey Furniture. Jack Webb, Doug Banks. You just heard from Max. 12 games total between Augusta and Bangor. We've got for you 8 at the Cross Center. Nothing else like it, right?
Absolutely nothing else like it. Great day of basketball.
Let's get right to it.
Let's do it.
Short and concise. Let's take a look at the Class D girls bracket. Coming into tonight, Bangor Christian and Skank, and then Penobscot Valley Southern Aroostook at the top of the bracket. They did not play today. At the bottom of the bracket, we got Central Aroostook and Woodland, and then Machias and Narragansett. So we're going to find out what happened with those teams right after this.
And as for the boys' side of Class D North, we got Bangor Christian at 1, Skank at 8. That is still the same bracket. That is still Class D North girls. Hey, we're just going to get right to the game.
Into it.
We'll get back to that later. We'll kick off with the number 3 Fort Fairfield boys taking on the number 6 Woodland Dragons at the Cross Insurance Center. Tigers start things off. Some good ball movement on the perimeter. Finds Kendall Alla. He's got time and fires, and it goes down for 3. On the other end, the Dragons get going with this pretty sequence of moves by Evan Monk to the bucket for 2 points. But back to work on the Tigers. Three-pointer is missed, but then recovered by Charlie Griffith. He creates enough space for himself to get the shot up, and it's good to go. Dragons showed some pretty moves, but Tigers' Ethan Walsh says, not on my watch. Watch this. I could do it too. He does that, and that falls for 1. Fort Fairfield. Then it's back to the three-point game. Lucas Cormier jacks up 1 from deep, and that's a beautiful shot that goes down for the Tigers. Tigers seal it with Walsh picking off the pass and taking it all the way for the jam, and they win. Beautiful, beautiful. 61-41. And now shifting gears to number 2 Madawaska, who faced number 7 PVHS. For the first Owls, Quinn Pelletier fights through traffic, gets up and gets the bucket.
It's a big boy.
But later on, the Howlers get a break when Aiden Champion picks up the ball, and look at the speed. He beats everyone all the way to the bucket for the layup and 2 points. Madawaska's Isaac Beaulier ups the score for the Owls, though, as he puts up the corner three. No one around him. He'll drill it to add to the lead. But here's a response from PVHS. Ryan Dawson has a corner chance on his own. He chucks it up, but no doubt about it, it falls. But the Owls start to pull away here. Pelletier recovers the missed shot, misses the first putback, but gathers it, puts it back up, and that one falls.
That's a big old boy.
And the Pelletier closes it out with this one-hand jam. We're just ending on one-hand jams here. That's great. The Owls are going to win this one 53-37.
With the left hand.
Oh.
First girls game of the day in Bangor is number 3 Central Aroostook taking on number 6 Woodland. We picked this one up in the first. Is Lily Burt, who picks the pocket and takes it the other way for the easy 2. She was all over it today. We skip to the third quarter, and it's Mishan Cornelius going to work in the post. Her bucket brings the Dragons within 2. Shortly after, Kaylin Hamilton skips through the lane and finishes this great move and ties this one up at 22, but Central Aroostook would come alive. Maggie Mahan drives and lays it in to finish a 10-0 run and give her team a 32-22 lead in the fourth. Woodland would claw back from this 3 from Harley Allen. Looked like the dagger, but with time expiring, down 3. Woodland had a chance to tie, but Hamilton's 3 is no good, and Central Aroostook survives 39-36. Wrapping up Class D action with the 2-seed Machias taking on the 10-seed Narraguagus. Machias taking an early lead, but the Knights looking to fight back as Emma Shaw fights to put it in for their first field goal. But Machias kept it rolling as Loretta Richardson drained the 3-point shot. She was scoring from every single level today. Machias up 25-3 after 1. But Narraguagus kept making runs. Here's Shaw again, this time draining the 3. But Machias answered right back next possession. It's Leah Libby who drains a 3 of her own. Machias up 42-24 at halftime. Second half, the Bulldogs moving the rock again. It ends up with Richardson, who drives and floats it in for 2. And then it's who else but Richardson yet again, taking it all the way coast to coast. Machias cruises to a 67-42 win. That wraps up Class D for today. Let's take a look at the updated brackets, starting with those girls like we talked about. The top of the bracket did not play today, but it's chalk at the bottom. Central Aroostook going to take on Machias in that semifinal.
And as for Class D North boys, the top of the bracket again didn't play, so we got number 3 Fort Field going up against number 2 Madawaska. That's going to be a good game there.
Absolutely. We might as well get to B, shall we?
Why not?
Let's take a look at those Class B brackets, starting with the girls. Again, exact situation, not very similar, the exact same situation as Class D. Top of the bracket didn't play, but down to the bottom, you've got number 3 Lawrence is going to be taking on number 7 Ellsworth. The top of the bracket did play today. I stand corrected. My mind scrambled. I'm already in full tournament mode. The bottom of the bracket played yesterday. Top of the bracket played today. That's what we're going to see here soon. And for the boys, Doug.
As for the boys, what do we got here? We got number 1 Coney against number 8 Presque Isle. Then we got number 4 MDI, number 5 Ellsworth, and then who's already played. We got Gardner Erskine Academy, Herman Belfast, and then we got Gardner and Herman in that next set of brackets there. And now let's just watch some games here. We go to the evening slate of games at the Cross Center, beginning with number 4 MDI versus number 5 Ellsworth. The Eagles starting off strong. Porter Merrill with the drop step in to paint for 2. The Trojans respond. James Whitman with a quick catch and shoot from deep, finds the bottom of the net. Fireworks in the second half, though. Ellsworth is up 11. Eli Haller with a great wraparound pass down low to Kobe Eaton, who rises up for 2. But MDI will fight back in the fourth quarter. Off an Eagles miss, Dylan Stoll will take it down the court, goes up and under, uses some English off the backboard as he gets the layup to go. Stoll again, he's going to fight through contact and get the bucket to go, bring MDI within 3 points. Now, in this play, in my opinion, sealed the game. 3-point game off of Eagles' missed free throw. Eaton will fight for the rebound, and he's going to get the foul. He's going to go to the line. He's going to knock down 1, and then he's going to knock down 2, and make that a 2-possession game, and that play helps seal Ellsworth's win 47-42.
I think we played amazing. I think, once again, being the underdog is the best thing we can have right now.
Love to hear it here. What's next? The second and last Class B boys game of the night was the 1-seed Coney taking on 8-seed Presque Isle. And watch how this one starts. Parker Moore passes it to himself off the defender's back and almost puts it in with help side defender on the poster, but he gets his own board and puts it to go. But Presque Isle would respond as Nathan Tompkins grabs the offensive board, puts it back up for 2. Shortly after, it's Morin again slashing through the paint, and this time he is going to complete the dunk. Coney leads early on, but Presque Isle is fighting back. Early, though, as Carter Vigue knocks down the jumper, but the Rams would take full control of this one as Carter Braithwaite makes a quick move and finishes the layup. Then it's going to be Ben Hankey as he's going to catch over the shoulder, slams it home for 2. Then in the fourth, why not put a cherry on top? Carter Braithwaite flushes it down as Coney wins 63-51. They'll take on Ellsworth in the next round.
It was all right, you know what I mean? We just got to learn how to put teams away when we're up ahead like that. You know, up 17, just got to put them away and don't let them have a chance to come back in.
They put down there in the water in Augusta. Everybody's dunking. This
Oh,
is the
love to
number
see
4
it.
seed Presque Isle taking on the 5 seed Herman. We pick it up at the end of the first half. Chaos in the paint, but the ball somehow finds Chloe White, who knocks down the and-one
that's
jumper
awesome.
to give Herman a cushion. But Presque Isle would respond before halftime as Georgiana Curtis feeds Carolyn Buck under the hoop for 2. Herman leads by 2 at the half. Second half now, it's Abby Bradstreet going to work. She puts the moves on and floats it in for 2. Herman again on the attack, but Curtis says, get that out of here. And the momentum shifts to Presque Isle, but Bradstreet again doing all she can. She pulls up and knocks down the jumper. It's tied at 31. But with Rebecca Balmas in foul trouble, the Wildcats would come alive as Brianna Burlock drives to the paint, lays it in, and Presque Isle wins 48-37. Now for the final game of the night in Bangor. This one started late. Gardner and Coney facing off. The 1 seed got to it early as Molly Takatsu takes it to coast and pulls up to drain it. And then it's Maddie McMahon who's going to force a turnover and then cash in the easy 2. Then it's going to be Gardner again. Takatsu finding her way into the paint, lays it in, and Coney's just trying to weather the storm at this point. This early surge by Gardner. Gabriella Vachon lays it in with the left hand. Then it's going to be Alex Quintana is going to be there to clean up the offensive glass. Gardner wins 48-38. We'll take a look at these updated Class B brackets, starting with the girls. Now you see it. We'll get a clear explanation now, Doug, finally. Sorry about that chaos beforehand. Now you've got Gardner and Presque Isle going to face off in the semifinals. Number 3, Lawrence, going to take on number 7, Ellsworth, after their upset over Old Town yesterday.
Now for the boys, we got number 1 seed Coney going up against number 5 seed Ellsworth. That's going to be a good game there. And then we got Gardner at 3, Herman at 2. Another good game right there, too.
We're going to take a deep breath during the break. Maybe have a drink for us if you got one with you. But we're going to have a preview of Monday's slate and our final thoughts. Stay with us. Before we wrap up our second show, let's take a look at what Monday looks like on the tourney schedule, shall we? It is going to be the Class D North quarterfinals. Boys starting at 8 and 10:30 with girls at 12 and 1:30. Then Class C finally getting in on the action with the quarterfinals. Boys at 4 and 5:30. Girls at 7 and 8:30. Then down in Augusta, it's going to be the Class D South girls quarterfinals, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Then the Class C South boys quarterfinals, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Doug, some final thoughts. I mean, I hope you had more than one drink for us. Coastal Auto Parts and Dorsey Furniture are the sponsor. We've got to even welcome them back here. But what are some of your final thoughts after officially tournament day 2, Fast Break episode 2 for us?
Well, obviously the difference between a day 2 of the tournament and once we get to like regionals and states is that there's more games. But there's one thing about, having so many games is that it's just nonstop all day. And even though when it comes time to like regionals and states, the competition might be a little bit stronger, it's always interesting to see all these teams that like you've never seen before competing. What about you?
Yeah, certainly. I think it is absolutely. It's make for long days, but it's a lot of entertaining basketball during it, and we're going to have you covered. We're going to sleep tomorrow. I hope you sleep tomorrow. We are going to sleep tomorrow, and we'll be right back at it on Monday, 10 p.m. on Fox 22 for all your tournament coverage.